You're still without three key players through injury, McTominay, Anthony Martial. Do you expect them to be ready for the cup final, or is it likely to be longer?
I think. This one. Sorry. It looks good. I think they are on the way back. They're coming back on the training ground, individual. I think in the end of the week, maybe Scott can make the entree in the team. And after the weekend, we plan Anthony. But we have to see. They have to, of course, making the progress what we see now.
And you're coming up against playing Frankie de Jong, who became a terrific player for you at Ajax. What is it that makes him such a special player?
So I think we had like a class in 2019. There was a team. It was with a lot of fascination, and he brings a lot of that fascination. And I think he develops in the years after here in Spain. He became even better. He's a fantastic player, playing out from the back. He always has time. And so it was a pleasure to work with him.
Hi, Eric. Obviously, you're without Lisandro Martinez tomorrow through suspension. How big a blow is that to you, and how confident are you that the guy next to you might be able to step up at centre-back against the likes of Lewandowski?
Well, we have many options, I think, in the squad to sort it out. And yeah, we can use Luke as a fullback and as a centre-back. We have seen in the weekend he did both, and both he did very well. But we have in the centre half also very good other options, and they did also well. And we can choose by game what we prefer.
Question for Luke. Just wondering if this is the acid test, perhaps, of your development as a team this season. You've obviously done very well and won some big games, but this feels like another level entirely.
Yeah, of course. It's obviously a very big game. It's one we're obviously all very looking forward to. And yeah, I think it's going to be a big test. It will show us where we are. But you know, I think where we are at the moment, we're ready for it.
Eric, Xavi was very complimentary of you today. He said you're a reference point for offensive coaches, and he likes what you've done at United because it was a very difficult club to transform. What do you make of his comments, and what do you think of the job he's doing with Barcelona?
I think Barca is also a very difficult club, and I think Barcelona, in this moment, is playing its best football since several years. But I think it's in the mind of and the inspiration of Johan Cruyff. Still, you feel it here, and you can see, if you see the game of Barcelona, you see the way of play, and that is the inspiration of Johan Cruyff.
And for Luke, can we expect to see you at centre-back tomorrow?
To be honest, I'm not too sure yet. We'll have to wait till tomorrow when he names the team, so I'll find out then.
Hi Eric, it's obviously a great tie with Barcelona, these two games, but sandwiched in between you've got a big Premier League game against Leicester and then a cup final. Do you look beyond these ties with Barcelona and sort of plan your teams for the next week, or is it literally one game at a time and picking the strongest team for each one?
Of course, as a manager you have a certain planning, but yeah, the first game is always is the game coming up is the most important game, and that also can change your plans because of performances, because of maybe tactics, next opponent, because of injuries or suspensions or whatever. But first game coming up, most important.
Neil and David.
If I could just ask one to each. Luke, how would you describe the Luke Shaw we see now compared to in those first couple of games at the start of the season? And how much is it down to the manager?
No, I think obviously not just myself, but I think the team in the first two games was was nowhere near where we should have been at. It was obviously a very difficult start, but I think, you know, we've learnt from that and we've grown as a team, not just individuals but as a team, and I think now collectively it's showing in our performances and where we're going. Of course it helps with the manager. He's been really good and, you know, shown a lot of trust in me, and, you know, my main thing is to repay that trust with good performances and to help the team as much as possible.
And Eric, you've referenced Johan Cruyff before, and I saw what you said about your time at Ajax and the pictures on the wall. Is this in many ways a dream fixture for you, even though it doesn't matter what competition it's in, just the fixture itself?
I like it. I was here before in Spain, Madrid, Valencia, but yeah, it's great to face Barcelona. And so I like the philosophy of this club, and that is the football, the adventure, bring up so many good players and big teams. So we are really looking forward to face them.
Hi, Eric. Given the history and status of Barcelona and Manchester United, this fixture could very well be a Champions League final, but it's obviously a Europa League playoff. What does that say about where both clubs are at the moment? And does it show how much work there is still to be done for particularly Manchester United to get back to where you want to be?
Yeah, I think that's the truth. As both clubs, you are in the Europa League, and I think both clubs have the ambition to be in the Champions League, and not even just to be in the Champions League. They want to have a really impact in the Champions League, to be go along the group stage, be after the winter go in semi-finals and finals and win even. But the reality is we are in Europa League, and it tells that both clubs needed a reset, and I think we are both on a journey, and we are both. I think we are both in the right direction, and so I think it's exciting to face each other tomorrow night, and because it will help both clubs, because you know where you are. It's a good test, and you get challenged, and from such test you get better.
So, question for Luke, please. Casemiro seems to have made quite a big impact since he came. What kind of assurance does he give you when he's in the team in front of you as a defender?
Yeah, no, obviously a lot. I think it's been quite obvious to see when, you know, how important he is to the team when obviously he's been not playing. But I think for us as defenders, it gives us that sort of feeling that we know there's a lot of security, especially because, you know, with his positioning where he always is, and, you know, he loves to win the ball back and tackle, and, you know, I think that's a couple of things we always say to him, that, you know, he likes to give the ball away so he can go and win it back. But no, I think he's an extremely important player for us, and, you know, I'm very happy to have him back tomorrow night because, you know, like I said, he's been a big miss for us.
Okay, thank you very much.